cut you off, Riley. I'll teach you to speak up.
How dare you?
All right. Stream is up on the vault. All right. So last time, you all had a little bit of conversation with their Tatiana and came to the conclusion that you're not exactly sure what to do with her. You kind of hit her around a little bit, burnt her up a little bit, but she didn't resist. Apparently, she was just like, do your worst. But then you left her live after all of that, even though the dragon really wanted her to be killed. And, Orvex. But you let her live. And she has been very clear on her expectations of the end of all of this, of trying to obtain the power of a Serac, to become an ascended lich, whatever that means. So, Glyrix, whatever this heck's name was, the dragon, teleported you all to the world of Greyhawk, Earth, and then flew you all to where the location of the Tomb of Horrors is. You were plopped down upon its hill. One note as you flew in over it is that you would have seen, since you flew in on the back of a dragon, that there's definitely a suggestion of a skull. Skeletal skull, like these two rock outcroppings from the air would look like the eyes kind of vibe. So like this whole hill would have looked like a skull as you came in. Anything on the recap anybody want to mention?
Could I use the time flying over here to resummon Rico?
Yep. That problem is I need to find Rico's token. Never know where I leave him.
I don't suppose there's a good spot for a long rest between.
I would assume
dungeon.
you assume you guys got a long rest. Maybe when you guys came over.
Cool.
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
Mm-mm. All right, I'm gonna drop a random token so I don't spend too much time looking for Rico. So, above table conversations. This definitely is an again, Tomb of Annihilation was an echo of Tomb of Horrors. Previously, you all told me to not pull punches. Do you still want that? Because the Tomb of Horrors really does have... Oh, your character's dead. Nope, there's nothing you can do about it. Would you all like me to pull punches on that and give a little bit more breathing room? I mean, it's still going to hit hard. Or do you still want me to go like we did with Tomb of Annihilation and no pulling punches, no adjustments on that department?
Like, I'm fine if it's hard and like there's a chance, but like, I don't know, it's stuff like, oh, you stepped on the wrong pressure plate, you're dead kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think anything that's instant death, I would like to not have be that. But
yeah, I don't mind it if there's like a saving throw involved, like, oh, you have a dex save. Otherwise, you fail the save, you die. But if it's no save, no roll, no nothing, just your character dies.
So what I
like,
would...
how Torgan went, I was fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Not my character, but...
There would be scenarios that what I would say is there might be things that might create a death, but sometimes it's like there's nothing they can do about it. The character's just gone, but it would leave it open to like a revivify or a resurrection spell. Obviously, Tingles has to do the heavy lifting on that, but that would be my compromise. Because to be fair, I think some of it is kind of like a little sour of just like, yep, there's nothing you can do. Your character's just gone.
We should probably Heroes Feast. If we have it.
Yeah, I will create that room for you all at that long rest before getting on the back, like the last day flight before you get to the hills, if you wanted to do it then. If so, you call it now.
Yeah, I would have prepared it. Let me get rid of a bowl. As far as my opinion goes, I think it's fine if we die. I don't give a shit. So it's the way we go, man. But
Alright, King's character dies.
okay, see ya.
Yes, some of the mechanics in the tomb can definitely be very punishing, so definitely hold on to yourselves for that. In that regard, it's unfortunate that JP has to leave early tonight, but I do think no matter where we are, we should end it there, just because of how punishing the dungeon can be. That I think you all should be together and on 100% agreement or disagreement in characters of choices made and stuff like that. I know that might be kind of lame, but I do think we should do that when JP has to get off.
Yeah, I mean, sounds good to me. My whole thing is, I think I echo Justin, is just so long as stuff is at the very least has a saving throw.
Most of the
or
stuff
something
is
like
in
that.
some way telegraphed a bit. So using your heads, you should be able to tackle anything. Nothing's too much like, oh, you stepped on a pressure plate and you're dead. There are some dangerous stuff in here, though, that I don't think will be completely cheap, but very is. It could come out of left field like, oh, fuck, and you're dead. A friendly reminder with dungeon crawls, sometimes the game logic, quote unquote, my term, can be a little different. Detect magic might not detect all magic, or be always 100% accurate. Does that make sense? Sometimes when you get to high level game design for dungeon crawls, sometimes it's like, this cannot be detected by magic. And then, an hour later, you guys are in the dungeon and that thing's going to pop out and you'd be like, well, now it's here. You'd be like, well, why didn't I detect something when I walked by the first time? So some game logic will break a little bit, but I definitely will try and be very clear when that did break. So, don't assume that everything is just as is all the time. I think that kind of finishes all of that. Yep, so do you guys want to try and get a Hero's Feast off?
The Feast of Heroes.
Yeah, I already deducted the gem encrusted bowl from my inventory.
Yeah, I think the weird thing for that is sometimes people will do it and then take a long rest, but I think this is going to come after your long rest, unless you had an 8th level spell slot available. Which I don't remember. You might have, because I think when Riley was running you only did one. And you have that.
I have one. 2 8th. I have the bonus 8th level spell slot that's not showing, but I have it. I just kind of mentally keep track of it.
Hero's Feast is not even level 8, so yeah, you should have had plenty of space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you give yourself your spell slot back if you used it. I think that works out fine, actually. All right, so Hero's Feast, which I believe you need to roll for their HP increase.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
19.
All right, everyone's HP, maximum HP, not temporary, is up 19 points.
Wait, I'm sorry, guys. I clicked the wrong one.
Yeah, that was a healing word.
I clicked the one.
I'm like, that's a lot more dice than I remember.
Yeah, that's the one above it. 7. Haha.
You know what? I'll take the 19 instead.
Yeah.
Right. I was reading the description. I was like, this isn't Hero's Feast. And then I clicked on healing word.
It gives immunity to poison and being frightened. All wisdom saves are with advantage.
Yep.
Okay, so that's really, really good. We just need to keep in mind the immunities and advantage.
Oh, it lasts 24 hours. Just FY.
Yep. All right. So, anything else you all would like to think about? Because we're going to open up the scene with you on the hill, and there's one of those obelisks that looks very similar to the one outside of Tomb of Annihilation, and pick up in that exact moment. So, is there anything else you would have done after that long rest?
I would have poured out the dragon potion of Dragon's Majesty.
I thought you drank it.
Yeah, I can create one a day.
Okay. Now I get what you mean. Yeah.
Pour it into a bottle for later.
All right.
I don't think.
Alright.
Yeah, I think you just drink it straight out of the thing. 'Cause I think it's.
I think he literally creates it, I believe.
Yeah, create a potion, but you can only keep it for a day or it goes bad. Sorry, my tongue is numb because I'm like eating ice.
Orkvo got stung by a bee. He's not immune to venom, I guess. All right. And as you all had landed there, you did hear Sarak's voice say, "Let the games begin," from the obelisk. And he does speak up. Some more. I must applaud you all for making such a journey across the cosmos. You didn't disappoint before. It does not appear you'll disappoint again. Welcome to my old pet project. I'm looking forward to what you think of it. It's an oldie, but a classic. You have 3 hours to save your family and friends. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Yeah, 3 hours. That's
So-
fast.
That is going to break up into there will be game mechanics for that. Okay, so when you guys are in a room, corridor, or something like that, if you take your time and be safe and search for traps and are careful, that'll be 10 minutes to clear a room or a hall or something substantial like that. If you move recklessly, it'll take you 5 minutes, and you can still make those checks, but it'll be a +5 added to the DC for anything in that room or hall or space.
Let me check real quick. Oh, darn.
And we're going to start right off the back as you are left on this hillside with an obelisk and not any necessary sign of an entrance. I need an investigation or survival check as your characters begin spreading out, probably in a quick manner, trying to find how to access the Tomb of Horrors.
Or something else.
I would like to assist Romuel in the investigation check.
Okay, you may roll with advantage, Romeo. Okay. One moment. Both Romeo and Tingles, the two of you find an entrance separately. You find the suggestion of 2 different areas. There's this little dip where the mouth would be and this quote-unquote skull from above. And skirting through that, you guys find some loose gravel, and through some shrubs, you find a tunnel, Tingles, and then also Romeo finds one with the help of Cadmiel. Orkvo, you're looking around and you don't find anything. 10 minutes has
These are
just
2
passed.
separate ones. Sorry.
Yep, there's 2 separate tunnels.
Hey,
The one that you look into, Tingles, is a corridor made of plain stone, roughly worked and mortared, the 10-foot height ceiling. And it goes about 40, 50 feet deeper into it. The one that you find, Romeo, is a little bit more colorful. Bright, brilliant colors are seen everywhere. You see this like mosaic in the ground, and you see this red line kind of going through it. It stretches out a little bit farther than 40 or 50 feet. Beyond your human sight, beyond whatever dim lights here with you. And you guys do not have a map yet, but I will provide a map once we're properly in the dungeon.
I will send Rico down the corridor. Don't touch the walls or the ground. Just fly around.
Oh, he gives you kind of like the knowing push with it, touches his head like, oh, I got you. He goes flying in. He's got dark vision as an owl, so as you look through it, you see that this corridor, 100 feet longish, kind of then into the deep dead end. Nothing bad happens to him. On the ground, there is a this red line kind of snaking its way all the way from the front all the way to the back. The most noticeable things is, I'll give you the full description actually of this one. Bright, brilliant colors are to be seen everywhere, the stones and pigments undimmed by the passage of decades. The floor of the corridor is a colorful mosaic of stone with a distinct winding path of red tiles about 2 feet wide snaking its way south down the corridor. No stonework can be seen in the walls or the ceiling 20 feet above, for some sort of cement or plaster has been smoothed over all of these surfaces and then illustrated. The scene show fields with kine, which are, Nate had to look that up, that means old cows, grazing, a copse with several wolves in the background, workers of various races and strange human-animal mixtures, pig human, ape human, and dog human, going about various tasks. Certain of the frescoes show rooms of some building, a library filled with many books and scrolls, the door of a torture chamber, and a wizard's workroom. There are chairs, windows, boxes, bales, doors, chests, birds, bats, spiders, and all manner of things shown on the walls. And I'm going to post all of that into the Discord chat. Most notably, too, beyond that description, is at the very southern end of the corridor, he sees a, because I don't think it was in the description. He sees a, sorry, my brain. No, that's where. There's a little subchamber, maybe 15 by 20-ish, off in the very, very, very far end of this. And in it, you see an archway. But also on the wall at the end of this long corridor is a carving protruding out, a face, and on the wall is a relief sculpture of a devil formed of mosaic tiles. The face has a huge O of a mouth, inside of which is a space of dead blackness.
No, we've seen that before. Demon face sculptures were littered all over the Tomb of the Nine Gods.
Sensing a theme.
Don't everyone speak up at once?
Sorry, reading the
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
description.
Jeff, I was experimenting with the attunement slot with when I was messing with Thorn Cleaver, trying to figure out how to like
Mhm.
create different versions of it. But also, I've been talking about potentially creating this is too good attunement slot, so that's why you
Mhm.
have a fourth one. I forgot to mention that to you. That's not
Cool.
official yet, but that was me kind of using your sheet as the testing ground.
Cool. So don't put something in it.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Tingles, what did you see on your end?
I have to see if I can something I can send down there. It just, from what I can see, it looks like a corridor that has a lot of stone. Is it dark or light, Nate?
A little bit of dim light spilling in through the opening that you've created, so it's mostly darkness beyond, unless you have dark vision
Um,
or a light source like a torch or something.
I have dancing lights that I can kind of move.
Yeah, dancing lights would be an option too.
Yeah, let me do that. It's a cantrip. So I'm gonna cast dancing lights, and I kind of just move them slowly.
Yes, they go flying down. Compared to the description I just gave to Romuald, this room or this corridor is very plain. There's nothing special except at the very far end, there are 2 doors of heavy stone.
So I see 2 doors of heavy stone, and it's really just a stone core.
Mhm.
All there is to it.
Mm.
Yeah, I see. It's a sort of a hallway. It seems to be entirely crafted or carved through the stone of this wall, and there's 2 doors at the end.
So we got fancy and plain, huh? I never
Alright.
been one for fancy myself.
Romuald's gonna take a seat on the ground and begin to cast Detect Magic.
As a ritual.
Yes.
So you're going to take 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
All right.
I mean,
We're
other
on a-
people can do things while I'm doing it.
Another 10 minutes will be added to the time.
Oh, I was just gonna try following Rico basically down the fancy hall. We're on a time crunch. We don't have much time.
All right. Cadmiel goes down the fancy time while Romuald sits down. I will put that 10 minutes in question for right now. What are the rest of you doing?
I didn't want to split up, but I was about to start investigating the plain one. So I'll follow Cadmiel.
Okay.
I'm just well.
Yeah, the 2 entrances, to put it in mechanical terms, like 90 feet from each other. So it's a pretty substantial difference.
Oh wow. Okay, so I'm like yelling across the. Are we inside a room, or is it like outside, and we're like?
You're outside on like pretty much the edge of like a small cliff, a little bit of rocky that kind of juts out of the hill.
Yeah. Okay.
And kind of examining through some loose sand and gravel and shrubs to find these.
I would like, before those two walk in there, can I cast some Bardic Inspiration on them?
They last 10 minutes, correct? How long does Bardic Inspiration last?
Yeah, I think it's for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is only for 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to navigate the newer rules for that I'm using for this. Just so you know, there is a basis for this. It's in the older editions, they didn't really have this in 5e. They called it a dungeon turn, which takes about 10 minutes. So you are not going to cast Bardic Inspiration? Because just so you know, like exploring, let's say you all check for traps in one of these corridors and take your time, the Bardic Inspiration is going to be gone after that, even if nothing happens.
Right. All right, team, what do we think? Should I at least give one of you Bardic Inspiration?
Can't hurt. I mean,
Or
you'll get
should
it back
we
after a
save
short
it?
rest, right?
That is true. Yeah, if we can find the time to take a short rest, I'll get it back.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
I'll give it
guess
to
3 hours is not a lot of time to have short
Right.
rests.
Yeah.
So do we spend one or just conserve it and wait?
I think it might be worth it to spend it now, because even if we don't have to do a saving throw on this, having it right here, right now, to use in the next room might be a good idea.
All right. So who wants it?
I'm
Who has like
proficient
the
in
better investigation stuff, perception and all that?
probably Orcfo, because I have a -1 to investigation and +4 to perception.
I also
What's
like to poke stuff, so.
Yeah, I would want it. I think it's more useful for the saving throw that we might need to use than perception or investigation in my mind.
Which I have a +11 on strength, +2 on dex, +9 on con, -1 on int, +4 on wisdom, and +2 on charisma. So I
Yeah,
have
I would say
3 saving
I'd say
throws.
give it to Orcfo if he's going to be the one in front.
You've been inspired, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, the music. Oh, the music. Holding on the music. Holding on the music. Updating light tokens. Okay. I think I'm comfortable enough showing you guys the map to see what you're working with. Tingles, are you going to stay at your corridor, or are you going to follow them and stay as a group?
I'm not going to walk into a corridor. I'm just going to stand outside.
Of theirs, or the one that you found?
Maybe kind of somewhere in the middle of the two. And just
Okay.
wait to.
You guys about to see the map, so you can then use your best judgment. Okay.
Okay.
No spoiler alerts. Okay. I think I'm good. Okay, looks like. I think do this. I'm not sure exactly how they did the lighting on this. Wait, did it not? There you go. You see where you are, Tingles?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use you. Oh, I see. I need
Just to show where it's at.
Yeah, I need to turn on the Explorer mode. It should work now. Yeah, so this is. You can see the double doors at the far end. And then I'm going to use CAD mail to slide through so you guys get an idea of what Mr. Rico saw. Okay. So, Feel free to position yourselves where you like to. Romeo, I've got you down doing your detect magic. Which, using that 10-minute rule, hypothetically, Cadno and Orcfolk can do what they're about to do, and then if it's like if they're taking their time, doing the full 10 minutes, like by the time they're done, you'll be done. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But at the current time, you won't be within range to do anything, kind of whatnot. Okay.
Hey, I see a line on the floor. Do we follow it, or do we not step on those tiles?
You look down at the red line where it begins, Orcfo, and you can see some writing in it. But the writing follows the red line. But the first part you're able to make out, they're kind of close, is the words, Sarac congratulates you on your powers of observation. But then there's more words. It's hard to see unless you're standing directly over it.
All right, I'll keep following the line.
All right. Sarac congratulates you on your powers of observation. So make of this whatever you wish. For you will be mine in the end, no matter what. All right. And that's when you see the words, go back to the tormentor or through the arch. And the floor opens up underneath you. All right. And so
I'm suspended midair like the Wile E. Coyote.
Yep. I gotta put these somewhere. Oh yeah. Okay. It's the fall. It doesn't hurt. It's the spikes at the bottom. So as you fall down, you take 7 piercing damage, and you are immune to poison. So then you don't need to make the Constitution saving throw and be poisoned.
I'm resistant to poison.
Immune thanks to the feast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I will fly down, grab Orcfo, and pull him back up.
Easy peasy. Yeah, it was a 10-foot. Marking it. Mark on map so tokens don't get in the way.
So what did we learn? I'm learning. I wish I would have changed back to that class that could let me walk on the walls.
I knew you were going to think that immediately while in here.
Yeah, I would like to note Cadmail is flying this entire time. He is not having feet on the ground.
And just remember, if you guys have abilities that allow you to fly, but there's a limit on it, I do need to know that to track. But I really don't remember what everything you guys have anymore. That's something you can just always do, Cadmail.
Yeah, because of the scaled ornament, I just have a flying speed equal to my walking speed and can hover.
Ooh, hovering is good to know. That's actually an important indication. Just to real quick to touch on it. So let's say, Orcville, you had your wings out. I think you have like a wing ability, right? That allows you to fly.
Yeah.
If you get knocked prone, quote unquote, while in the air, you'll fall, right? Or let's say you have your wings out and you stepped on this trap, you would still fall, right? During that round of stuff. Hover, if Cadno's up in the air is hovering and he gets knocked prone, he doesn't fall. Does that make sense? Hover is a very important indicator on that. Okay, so Cadmil, you go down. Or for what's your dark vision? Is it 16?
Yep.
I think I have you. I'm just moving you for a test. It looks like 60. Yeah, if you guys get really close, you'll see that there's actually is like a grid within the grid kind of vibe. I think you're on 60. Yeah, just keep in mind, Cadmil, that you are a human, so make sure you have a light source if you for vision.
Mask, 60-foot dark vision.
10-4. Let me trap you up. Let's do... I want to try that. And I'm going to try Orphos to the night vision also, instead of bright.
I have dark vision.
Oh, yeah. I put you both to night vision, see how that changes. I don't know if that'll change anything, but okay. Continue. You lift him up, bring him back out. Tingles, you still gonna chill outside?
Is Romuel still out here?
Yeah, Romuel's where he is, unless Justin wants to indicate otherwise. He sat down to do a 10-minute ritual, and Tatiana and Orvex are staying on the outside, looking in, watching.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out here then.
Okay. All right.
Well, should I keep walking, or you just want to fly down there anyway?
I don't think everybody can fly, though.
It's true.
Granted, if we were to take everybody even just one at a time, we would only need to know that they can stand safely at the end, but...
Above table, this will be very subjective to me as the DM, but I've kind of got you on the careful route of taking your time in the space for a 10-minute allocation.
It seems like, yeah.
You know what? I'm impatient because of this tight time constraint. How about this? You go and get the others ready. I will check the end and just make sure that we can place them safely. The end.
All right. Holler if you need me.
And Cadmail is just going to beeline it to the very end of the room and see if he can safely stand at the end of the...
When you're in this little chamber here, the arch, there's a mist, a silvery mist begins. Well, actually, I think the colors matter. Let's make sure I'm getting the right one. Oh, it just says a veil of thick vapors. And as you're standing in there and you look and you look at this arch, as you like enter that room checking it, there's these stones like that are protruding slightly out of it. And he watches the left hand one begins to glow yellow. And then the right hand one begins to glow orange. And there's one at the very top in the keystone begins to glow blue.
Cool. I am backing out of this room.
Okay.
Just to like here-ish.
And you're going to check the ground. Is that what I'm essentially understanding? Because you said about placing them down here?
Yeah, I'm gonna feet down, just make sure this thing is...
All right, because of the nature of your hover and everything like that, I'll do this for you. The blue represents areas that you touched with your feet and nothing bad happened. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Because of Cadmail's forthrightness, you guys are now kind of back in the 5-minute window.
Okay.
If you keep up this pace.
So, quick description of, I'm guessing that's the Tormentor.
Yep.
What does it look like? Or is that the...
On the wall before you is the relief sculpture of a devil face formed of mosaic tiles. The face is a huge O of a mouth, inside of which the space is dead black.
Even for dark vision.
Even for dark vision.
Yes. So, basically what I'm gathering is we have no clue what may be in there. For all we know, it's the Sphere of Disintegration, or Orb of Annihilation. Sphere of Annihilation. And in here is probably a teleporter. I'm guessing. I shall fly back to the party and relay my findings, and...
Check for any more writing on the floor on the way.
Actually, yeah, I will, on my way back, will I be able to quickly skim
You'll have to read it backwards. Roll an intelligence check.
Alright.
CYXWVUT SRQ.
Reading that though will put you guys back on the 10-minute window.
Oh, in that case, no.
Okay.
I need to go.
Yeah.
I'm going fast.
Okay.
I.
All right, you flip back.
Right, I found an archway that may be a teleporter, maybe instant death. When I stepped into that room, some of the stones within the wall began to glow. A yellow one on the left, an orange on the right, a bright blue up top. And that's when I left that room, and at the very end of the hall is a devil face looking thing with an open mouth, and I cannot see inside. It is pitch black. So, I believe it's one or the other, and only one, maybe two people can fit in the archway at a time. So, however, I am certain that there's enough room for 4 people to stand at the end of the hall without any risk of danger, at least from the standing of it.
Well, let's get down there.
Alright. Tingles, would you like a flight down to the end?
Sure.
Cool. I pop Tingles all the way to the end, fly back, and if there's anybody who doesn't want to go over there, then I guess they'll stay put, but if everybody is cool with being carried to the end of the hall, then I shall fly 2 of them, and I imagine Orcfo can get the other 2 to make this as fast as possible.
I'd rather not spend my flying if I can help it.
Oh, in that case, I'll just make repeat trips as fast as possible. I got a 40-foot move speed. So.
How much time do I have left?
So right now, Cadmail is pushing for a 5-minute clear of this corridor. So once you all are quote unquote done and moving on to another spot, the 5 minutes will be up. Because he is rushing through this room.
Yeah, definitely take me down there.
Then while you guys are going down, would it increase the time if you tried to find what more was written?
Yeah.
Serac has left messages like that before, and
They were helpful.
strangely enough, they were really helpful. Yeah.
That's what you got before things got cut off.
If anybody would like to walk while we go to the end, then you'll be able to read it, but I would prefer speed, given how tight a schedule we're on.
Well, you have to do this correctly. Serac is very particular about his games. These
How long
messages
does
he...
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
I was going to say, how long does the detect magic last once it's up?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's more than 10 minutes. Is it only 10 minutes?
Check. Yep. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Well, all right. Let's go down the hall then.
Are you taking the time to read, or are you guys still going quick?
Orko can't read.
This sign can't stop me. I can't read.
As Orpho was the one reading it.
Yeah.
JP, do you have an opinion for the crew? You're kind of quiet.
So if we read it, that puts us back on a
On the 10-minute.
Is that
Mhm.
what you were saying? I'm just kind of following the will of the party at this point.
Okay. So, Rami, you're going to drop your work on Detect Magic?
Yeah, I guess so. If we're not gonna spend more time looking at stuff, we're gonna continue on then.
Try and move
I
on.
mean, if the next rune doesn't have combat, and if you are able to keep going for it, so long as there's
If he gets up and
bit of-
move, he can't like chip away at it. He needs to stop and do it.
Yeah, I would
Darn.
need to start all over again.
Yeah.
okay.
Do you think we should read whatever is left?
If we do that, then we're back on the 10-minute time schedule, though.
I think it would be worth it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Rami, are you going to go back to your ritual?
I mean, if we're gonna spend the 10 minutes, then yeah.
I'll have Cadmail carry Ramiel for flight to make sure he doesn't hit any traps along the way, and just like,
Romuald does
let
not.
me know if you need to get closer.
It sounds like to me, correct me if I'm wrong, not the coach, but it sounds like Romuald's going to continue his ritual because efficiently he can spend the quote unquote 10 minutes getting the ritual off while you all read the rest of it and do two birds with one stone with that 10-minute window. So somebody
Yes,
else will
sounds
read
good.
it. Camille, do you just want to take that charge of reading it?
Yeah, I guess I'll do the reading because I can do so at 0 risk as far as
Pretty much.
ground-based traps.
All right. Are you going to probe for traps or just read?
I think I'm gonna just read because so far, all the one trap we found is triggered by walking on the ground, and I can just fly Romiel back.
Okay. So you just hover and kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in the backyard. You're like floating, reading, hovering. Okay. You will get the full description. Senarat congratulates you on your powers of observation, so make of this whatever you wish, for you'll be mine in the end, no matter what. Go back to the Tormentor or through the Arch, in the second great hall you'll discover. Shun green if you can, but night's good color is for those of great valor. If shades of red stand for blood, the wise will not need sacrifice aught but a loop of magical metal. You're well along your march. 2 pits along the way will be found to lead to a fortuitous fall, so check the wall. These keys and those are most important of all, and beware of trembling hands and what will maul. If you find the false, you find the true, and into the calmed hall you'll come, and there the throne that's key is keyed. The iron men of visage grim do more than meets the viewer's eye. You've left and found my tomb, and now your souls will die.
Night's good color, aka
Black.
black, I guess? Yeah. The darkness. Wait. Alright. With that, I'm gonna return and I'm just gonna shove my hand into the open mouth thing. The end of the hall. The demon face.
Well, real quick, so after you're done reading that, the detect magic goes off. Do you want to pick up Romuald?
If he so desires, yes.
Do you so desire, Romuald?
Yes. I mean, the floor is trapped, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there is at least one more pitfall trap.
Yes, I would like to not trigger that.
Right. Whoop. Okay.
Do I see anything along the way?
I no. I'm checking one thing real quick though. All right. The mouth is glowing with magic.
Know what kind of magic? Does it seem like a disintegrate kind of magic or like the darkness kind of magic?
It looks like
So-
transmutation magic is the school of magic. Roll an Arcana check.
So that's the disintegrate magic.
You have seen these before, and as Cadmiel is reaching his hand towards it, you go, "That's a sphere of annihilation. Don't put your hand near that."
Oh! Well then.
I'm guessing the tormentor is probably in the other hallway.
It's at the second hall. Are we certain that we're in the correct one?
The archway is also glowing with a little bit of magic. Let me see. Like there's mist. Actually, yeah, the mists are always there. This misty veil is always there. It is glowing with conjuration magic.
Conjuration. So it might actually be like a teleporter.
Actually, conjuration I don't think is the right one.
Is it? Let me check. I
No,
thought
it's
it was
funny. This is
Misty.
a weird one. This is a weird one, so I'm actually not exactly sure. Funny enough, this one's going to be one that's going to be a little slippery. I would say somewhere between conjuration and illusion.
All right. I will send Rico through the archway.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay, he has teleported, and he's now in a 10 by 10 room somewhere. Do you have vision? I'm going to move his token. Okay, he goes through it and is teleported in this room because he has dark vision. This, I want to make sure I got it right. Sorry, I have to like triple check everything. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Yep. This miserable cubicle appears to have absolutely no means of egress. 3 iron levers, each about 1 foot long, protrude from the south wall of the chamber.
Well,
Room with levers. No way out, no way up.
World perception check.
For him?
Or Rico. Yeah. This will be a disadvantage because there's no light source in the room.
Will it roll at standard for advantage on checks that rely on hearing or sight?
Yeah. Straight roll for Rico.
Nine.
Yeah, this is all there is, boss. Yeah. Just these levers.
Nothing about that in the text along the floor, huh?
While he's doing that, I'm going to do the hover and kick just kick the floor as I hover over it on my way back to the end. Like, I'm just gonna try and kick every square's worth of floor.
Definitely in the 10-minute window.
Yeah, we have well and truly passed the 5, so
Okay.
Alright.
As you guys you're like, as you come back out of Rico's vision, you just hear stuff like collapsing.
Go ahead and try to snap him back to where we are.
snap back to reality.
If you go like this, you can see where all the floor opens up. Did it not save it? Oh, that's right, because it's... Wait 1 second. I think I know I did it wrong. Put these on the map layer.
Thanks for the red line, Asserak.
Asshole rack.
Asserak.
If she...
Okay. You got the idea. Whoa.
Oh yeah, this is the dude that had the dungeon that made me all naked that time. Be pretty powerful.
Wait a sec. 2 pits along the way will be found to lead to a fortuitous fall. So check the wall. I'm gonna check the fresco at each of the pits and see like which part of the fresco lines up with which hole.
So the fresco's like on
the-
the walls? Is that what you're saying? You're checking the walls and such near the pits.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll roll either a perception or investigation check.
Perception. That's 17.
17. You do not see any signs of any sort of hidden areas or anything of the sort. Hidden walls.
Oh, I don't mean hidden. I'm straight up just checking to see which one matches which hole. Like, if there's a hole that's next to, like, the one of the library, for instance, then cool. I'm going to check that.
Good question. Okay. That does change things. Let me...
Yeah, because I think I'm going to check the one that goes to the library. I'm going to check the pit that's next to the fresco with the library.
Nothing.
Just the hole with spikes.
Yep, but I'm going to say this with your 17 perception check. As you check this one up here, as you're looking at the fresco, it is the fresco that depicts a torture chamber.
Yeah. That makes sense. The one that hurts is the one with the torture chamber.
The Tormentor. Go back to the Tormentor through the arch.
And like literally, there's a iron door painted on the wall.
I'm gonna open the door.
Well, it's plaster and painted on.
I'm gonna paint the door. Wait a second.
Kick
It does
the door.
mention a key. Is there a key on the fresco?
There is not.
Darn.
Knock the door, maybe.
Yeah, I'll knock.
Nothing happens, but a bit of the plaster chips away.
Ah, smack it.
And you just start chipping away, revealing a door behind the painting of a door.
Cool. I do.
For everyone wanting this one here.
Okay. And that... I'm gonna real quick do the same for the library and the wizard's workroom parts as well, and see if they reveal anything.
All right. You spend some time chipping away. Nothing is revealed.
Okay. Then I open the tortured room door. If it allows.
You push open the stone door. There's a little chamber inside.
Cool.
The most outstanding feature in this location is actually outstanding! Exclamation point. 2 jackal-headed human figures are painted so as to appear to be holding a real bronze chest that protrudes from the wall.
Definitely a trap. I'm not touching that chest.
The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye. Boing.
Look. Look with your special eyes, Romil. What do you see?
What are y'all doing?
I'm
magic?
asking Romil.
Yeah,
what
I'm
he's
looking to
seeing.
see if Detect Magic sees anything.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry. You didn't say anything. Just I was like, I don't know if anything's happening.
I'm sorry, I think I was muted. Sorry.
Ah, gotcha. Nothing magical in that space.
Oh, I wish I knew Detect Traps.
Oh, I'm just gonna
There's a door.
check
to
the
west, but-
other door.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna check if it opens.
Okay.
Do it,
Rami
do?
rolled an investigation, and Camel, you go over to open the door, and it pushes and it begins to move.
Well, I'm going to not push it open until I hear Romul's investigation.
That chest appears to be trapped. You see suggestions of poison needles ready to be springing out.
Well, that's a bummer. Are we immune to poison now? Ah,
But I don't think we're immune to poison damage, just the poisoned condition.
Does it say?
Let me check.
Yeah, my brain was assuming both.
Becomes immune to poison. It doesn't say the poisoned condition. It just says as immune to poison. So, I guess both.
that means
yeah.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's both.
Can the trap be disarmed?
It appears so. If someone has thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools. Let me see. I have a crowbar.
Ah,
I have a cloak of the bat. I have a disguise kit. I feel like I could make a thieves kit from all the shit I have. Like just
Well, to be fair, you can
MacGyver.
actually buy thieves stuff, but you can use that to make a dexterity check to try and use them as thieves tools. Well, there's just there's no proficiency. It's just a dexterity check.
Yeah.
Stand back. I'll try to throw it open.
Wait, do I have any kind of spell?
All right, Orkfo throwing it open. Anybody stepping in the way of that? Orkfo opens open, and a little needle hits you in the hand. Just pluck it out. The chest is empty.
Ouchie.
The chest, what?
Is empty.
Is it?
Yay! I get in
Chest
it. Not really.
You know what? I have 6 gold coins. I'll throw one in. Close the lid.
Nothing happens.
I'm still marking a gold go. Bye-bye. Yeah.
I think Orkfo, your passive perception would be high enough. It's not like necessarily hidden. So when you open it up and look in there, there's actually a lever inside of the chest, kind of flushed up against it.
I like pulling levers. I'll pull it.
All right, and a space opens up around you, 10 by 10, and you fall into another pit.
Yay!
I think it's 10 by 10. I want to make sure.
I did tell everybody to stand back.
But it's just your square, to be fair. So, yeah.
Son of a bitch!
All right, you will. This one is a little bit deeper though, so you take 3d10 or 3d6 bludgeoning, and then also the piercing, which will be 2d10.
The piercing.
The piercing. Oof, 21 damage. Wow.
There's no saving throws on these.
The saving throw is don't fall. Gravity.
Okay. I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't never learn my lesson.
Swimming cat mouse like flies you out again.
Is there anything down there besides the spikes?
There was nothing worth finding. No.
Yay.
Oh, we're on
Where
roll
did
now,
you
fall
fall?
down.
Oh. What triggered that?
There was a lever inside the chest.
Go ahead, sorry.
Alright. I kicked down the other door.
And this room is small enough that it will only be 5 minutes added.
So we're at 15.
You're at 25. It was 10 minutes to 5 entrances, 10 minutes to get through the first hall. Yep, so you're at 25.
We're already a sixth of the way through our timer almost.
What appeared to be a statue an instant ago as you open the door comes to life before your eyes. The creature flaps its wings and stares at you. It's a gargoyle. And I guess we're going to roll initiative. Though you guys will probably kill it really fast. I'm going to do something silly here. First, Cadmiel, you roll initiative since you're the one that opened the door.
16.
16. One second. Not to take the tension out of the situation, but this might be a thing where Cadmill could just run over and just kill it before anything happens. If he rolls poorly on initiative, if he rolls above Cadmill, then we'll get into it. There we go. And he rolled a natural 1. Let's just thin with that. Who rolled the highest? Let us let them go first. Tingles. Yeah, we'll just take the initiative. Tingles, you go first.
We're just attacking this little guy right here.
Over here. Yep. You're on the other side of a 10-foot pit, though.
I'll do magic missile. Wait. Can't do vicious mockery.
The weird thing that's going to happen here is you don't have dark vision. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you plop the dancing
that's
light
like
in this
110.
room as it opened. I don't think they're
Fireball.
huge.
No.
Go forward towards a 10-foot dim light in a 10-foot radius. So unfortunately, you cannot see that target from where you're standing. So anything that requires sight will not work.
Got it.
Do you want to do anything?
Well, I don't think I have anything that can reach that far. That I can cast it, make it where it's one they can just hear. So I think I'll have to like fly across first. Let me double check. Rico? What? Rico can fly me over?
No, he just rolled initiative.
That was his initiative roll.
Oh, I thought you were just like, hey, Rico. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to. How did everyone else get over? Did other people fly him over?
Before initiative started, it looked, in my opinion, Cadmill had been flying people over that were actively investigating that room because it was kind of cramped. So I had you on the outside because you didn't say anything particularly about it.
Yeah. All right, I'll. I have fly on my mandolin, so I'll just cast fly on myself and fly over.
All right, so as an action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Move yourself wherever you want to. Anything as a bonus action?
Not right now, no.
All right. Okay. Romuel.
Can I see it from right here?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has torches or anything out.
There's dancing lights is here and it's doing 10 feet radius, so you cannot see him.
I cannot see. I can't see him at all. Like, is he just gonna have like full cover if I just take a pot shot in there?
If a spell requires sight, you cannot target him. That does not mean AoEs and stuff are not. You hear of something moving in the darkness. I know Orko and Cadmill preparing to fight something.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna toss a firebolt in that direction. I think it might be in. Is that just at disadvantage?
Yep, roll a disadvantage. As long as firebolt doesn't say requires sight. Yep, doesn't not say that, so disadvantage. Yep, 29 hits. Boom, boom, boom. Roll damage.
27.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. I'm just gonna move back.
Cadmill, I think.
I think I tied with Orkfo.
Orfo rolled
No,
a
wait.
12, you rolled a 16.
Yeah, I got a 16. I tied with.
Oh no, Orfo had advantage? Is that what
Yeah,
it
I
was
always
last?
have advantage.
Yep, so
Yeah.
16, 16.
My dex is +2.
Same. My dexterity score is
You-
14.
You go ahead.
Cool. I fly up and I thwackin' and thwackin' and thwackin'.
Okay.
That's 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Can I have Rico give him the help action before
Oh,
that?
sure. Yeah, you get a free advantage on that roll.
Cool.
Roll the crit.
Yeah, I think that would affect the first one, so okay, yeah, 22 is the higher of those.
All right.
So
18
18
damage.
yeah, 18 slashing and 9 thunder slash lightning or radiant slash lightning.
All right, and it's destroyed. And we're out of initiative.
You mean he doesn't have 4 arms and attacks 5 times?
I mean,
There's 4 of them?
if he had a turn. If he didn't roll natural 1 on his initiative roll, maybe. What I'll probably do, because to be fair, it's like, part of the stuff is like Tingle's rolling a fly spell, right? That's a resource used. Maybe our next initiative roll, we'll do an initiative and it'll be the whole, like, let's keep that for the next, 3-4 encounters or something like that. So we're not having to roll it just for something that's going to die in 2 hits.
Oakley dokley.
All right, what do we see in here?
I don't think there's much use. There's nothing interesting about this room, except for once you destroy the gargoyle, there are 10 gleaming gems are left on the ground as they're in a collar, and they are not glowing with magic. They are not.
But what color are the gems?
Blue. They appear to
All
be
of them?
blue quartz. Yep.
Yeah, I think this is another chest trap, basically. More, if you're greedy, you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah, so
All right.
to be specific, it is a collar studded that was around the gargoyle with the 10 gems and is not glowing with magic. But, yep, there is a door here.
I will check it for traps.
Roll. I don't care. Not wasting rolls.
Natural 1.
It is not trapped.
Kick it open real loud.
Step in here. There's another door.
Rinse and repeat. Oh, hello. That was fun.
It is kind of hiding. There is a door in the east wall, too.
Okay. While Orkfo is having fun, Cadmill will
Oops.
rethought.
I guess the weird detail for this is Orkvo, once you did your circuit, right? You're all the way around, you come in here. You notice, and you guys would have seen, there's not a door on that side, but there is a door here. And as you open it, you guys see a doorway open, and you step through.
A hidden
one-way door, if you would. That's an important indication. It's not necessarily a secret door that you could have found on that side. It was a one-way door that came from the other direction.
Should I check this door for traps?
Roll investigation. It's not trapped. You open the door, but you can't see anything because you're a stupid human. So I'm going to use Orkfo. It's a little small.
Alright. Cadmill would light the lamp that he keeps on his belt. Or the lantern.
All right, so there'll be some interesting choices made here with the checking for traps and stuff. You guys are at the borderline of 5 minutes to 10 minutes for this area. What'd you say, Cadmiel?
I shall light the lantern such that Romuel and the other humans that don't have dark vision can see.
That's what I did. For the war, and I can't find Orvex's voice. When he comes down here and he lights the lantern, so you can keep your hands free. And I put the light on.
No time to check for traps. I'll kick down the next door.
There is no door. Roll a perception or investigation check.
And I'm rolling like shit.
Funny enough, the DC was 10. You notice there is a secret door in the southern wall. We're about to get to something a little weird. This is a puzzle that I did not like how it's designed, and I don't think it would translate very well. So you have an obstacle in front of you, of a door that you're going to have to figure out how to open, and it'll be done by an investigation check.
I shall assist whoever does it.
Has anybody got better than a 4?
And how about this? The biggest punishment here is that right now you guys are moving pretty promptly and efficiently for the 5 minute marker. If you fail on any of these corresponding checks, that will officially turn it to a 10.
All right.
So who would like to make the investigation check?
I'll take a crack at it.
Cadmiel
I'll
is
help you.
assisting. Orkvo's assisting. Okay, first door is done. You guys find another one, and there's another secret door. The DC has gone up by 2.
I'll help you again. Standing by with my bardic inspiration if I need it. Doesn't seem like I need it.
DC has gone up by 2.
Another.
I shall assist.
Do it.
Orkvo's been assisting, so I just have the 2 of them just like... DC has gone up by 2. There's now another door here. I've lost in the sauce, now just let me know when you've actually made your rolls. Okay.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
DC goes up by 2.
Jesus.
Good heavens. Is my detect magic over?
It will be when you guys are out of this room. Let's just say that for fairness. And yeah, detect magic.
24.
24. DC goes up by 2.
All right, so let's count. That was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
3,
6.
4, 5. This will be 6 times 2.
So if the first one was 10, then
Yeah.
this will be 24.
At least 22. So I'm probably going to spend my bardic inspiration regardless of how you roll.
Oh,
Well,
well,
to be fair, you can't spend it on Romuel's roll. So she's
I can't?
You cannot. Nope, it has to be your roll.
That was a 29. Either way.
I thought you could gift it.
You cannot.
It's
Normal
regular
inspiration,
inspiration.
you can like give
Oh,
to somebody
yeah.
else, but bardic is for you and you alone. DC goes
Because
up
Tingles has to
by
smack
2.
you.
Okay.
Your modifier is so much better than mine. I still think it makes sense for you to do it.
– 24.
24.
Oof.
The last DC was 22.
Oof.
And you step into a very new place. And you do pass through another one-way door.
Now can we hold the door?
Whore.
When I say one-way door, that's an indicator like if you guys were coming from the west end of this, Romuel and Orkvo, even though there's a quote-unquote secret door there, you cannot find it no matter how high. You can roll over 30 On a perception investigation, you're not going to see it. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
No, but that's the rule.
It's stupid,
So
but it checks out.
those doors, the first one, you had to figure out that you need to pull down and inward because it's hinged on the bottom. On the
I don't want to
second
pull on
one,
the N-word.
you needed to pivot on central hinge. On the third one, you needed to pull inward and up at bottom because it's hinged at the top. On the next one, you needed to slide it up. The next one after that, you need to pull double panels inward because it's hinged on the sides. Another one, you needed to slide left. And on the last one, it has 7 studs in it, I guess, that you needed to press to open, which you figured it out. But if you had failed, there would have been a little bit of damage involved in that last one. But how to translate that into players' problem solving, I could not tell you. Maybe say hinge at the bottom, pivot on. It's like you guys would have been telling me like, oh yeah, I'm going to try and pull down on the door and inward. That did not feel intuitive to me at all. So I turned that into a skill check because that just seemed rough. Does that feel fair in your guys' opinion?
Yes.
You know how much I like to
Yes.
ask you guys after the fact.
Yeah,
I'm like, that
it's-
seems stupid.
That puzzle
we would have
has-
spent.
You could have spent hours.
Yes.
trying
Yeah, I was gonna say
figure
we
it
would have been at that for the entire night.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, that puzzle has mad. The jigsaw says it'll take 4 to 6 years, but I finished it in 3.
Yeah, maybe if
energy.
there's pictures involved showing hinges, but then like all of a sudden they don't even give you descriptions of the doors. All of a sudden there's pull double panels inward. Like what? Where are their panels and where do they come from? So, anyways, sorry.
So
One complaint done.
if you
But I like how
find
I
the
turned into
false, you find the true, and into the columned hall you'll come. And there the throne that's keyed and key. That's key and keyed.
This area is very similar to the main chamber that you guys came in. And you guys officially did 5 minutes on that. Congrats on the rolls. So you're now at 30 minutes of 3 hours. All right. Let me see if there's any... There's not a major descriptor for this room, like a flavor text. But what the most interesting thing are these orbs. There are the ceiling, the walls are painted with those like animals, strange signs, glyphs, humans, human-like creatures, and these human-like creatures are posing with the spheres. So these little things here are not actually orbs, but they're painted in the walls themselves. Does that make sense? The colors are important though. As you can see, there's a gold one here and a pale blue one here. There's an orange one here and a silver one here. You do see a door here. And yep, you guys can see a door here. And your detect magic has officially gone off, Romuel.
What were the colors?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, I probably should have wrote down each one. Golds held overhead. I don't know if I'd like to be honest with you. I'm like, they have very specific things. Gold is held high overhead. Pale blue held at shoulder. You know, I'm just going to type this out actually for you guys because there's so many and it'll be easy for me to do this. I did a lot of like prep and this one I kind of dropped the ball on. So let's do this. Let's do map. We'll do it in white. Golds. Held high. It's a little big, I think. Oh, yeah, it needs to be in that chamber. I'll be honest with you guys. You might want to take a break. If someone's going to grab some water or something, let me just go through this real quick and because we'll be here all night with you guys trying to make sense.
Christ. It's even terrible. Okay.
All right. Just get big again. All right. Oh my God, there's so many. Yeah, there's a whole bunch you guys can't even see. So that's why it's going to take me a bit.
What's up?
There's a bunch that you guys can even see on the map. So it's just like, it's like in a different area. So I'm like, let me go ahead and just label all of these. My brain didn't even realize that this would have been fairly good to do earlier. Okay. Oh. I just learned a new color name.
Chartreuse?
Cerulean.
Buff. B-U-F-F.
Buff?
Ah, yes.
Like
I
a
never-
beige tan.
Yeah, never knew that.
The only reason I know that is because I had a dog that was buff.
Oh. Almost done. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm ready to go if everyone's here. JP, are you here? All right, so as soon as JP gets here, we'll jump back into it. Though another 10 minutes is taken up because JP's taking so long. Don't tell me we're sitting here
Here.
this whole time.
Sorry about your wife, bro.
My what?
I think it's about
Your
character.
game wife.
Your game wife.
Oh, right, her.
JP,
He was like, what?
why are we talking about Viva right now? Okay. Excellent. Yeah. So now everyone, you might have to zoom in to read them, but at least has the descriptors on them. What would you like to do?
Shun green if you can. None of these are green.
No? Green.
No, yeah, grebe.
And I'm going to leave it.
Alright. Night's color, I'm going to say that's probably purple. That or silver the moon. Shades of red stand for blood. The wise will not need sacrifice. Out for a loop of magical metal. You're well along your march. Have we a magic ring that can be sacrificed here?
No, I don't want to sacrifice my ring. I like my ring.
Ring? We have the Ring of Wishes we can sacrifice.
No.
Tingle takes over and it disappears and is gone forever. And
Bye.
it solves nothing.
Goodbye.
So is it just the statues and the doors that we see?
The hall does continue to the south, but that's what you see immediately around you.
Cool. I shall continue south a bit. Oh wow. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Keeps going.
Yeah, this is a long haul.
And going. And going. Down here, I think there's something worth mentioning. So give me one. So while you're here, You die.
Yeah.
So as you come, another of the stone archways, similar to the ones that you saw in that other area, is here, and it also has that cloudy vapors in it that you guys sent Rico through. He appeared somewhere else. Again, Cadmiel, as you're kind of looking at it, and it senses your presence, 3 stones begin to glow. The left-hand base stone begins to shine with an olive hue. There's a one on the right begins to glow citron, and then the keystone above begins to glow with a russet light.
I'm going to guess russet is like russet potatoes and they're brown.
That's what I was
So-
thinking. Yeah, brown. I just Googled it.
Yeah, nah.
Tomb of Horrors. Teaching.
Ah, yes, the Tomb of Colors. I'm gonna try this door real quick and see if it opens.
Okay. And it opens up. And you hear an 18 misses you as arrows clank off your armor and fall to the ground. And there's nothing
Ooh.
behind it. Just a stone wall.
Cool. Actually, real quick, while there are still people who are coming through this door, I'm gonna prop it open with a torch.
I'll give you this for free. You get the impression that a wooden torch will not do it against like these kind of stone wall doors. It'll be something a little bit more substantial.
Cool. I have some hand axes, which have presumably
think-
metal heads.
If your guys are exploring, I think everyone's now on this side. All right. Go ahead and put, if you would like to try an axe with a metal head.
Cool. Goodbye, hand axe.
Rounch.
Doors and gloves.
Alright. I want to open this door now.
Okay. Ooh, natural 20!
What, to
Yeah.
hit?
Yep. As you open it up, arrows come shooting out at you.
Don't forget exploding.
Oh, yeah. Does not explode on that, but doubled of 2d8 is 11. 11 piercing damage.
Ouchies. I still open the door.
There's nothing behind it. That happens when you open it. There's just a stone wall behind.
Hold on, I have the perfect gift for this again. Alright. You know what? Fine. This is between the two doors. I'm gonna, I don't know, look at the statue, see what it do.
The purple one.
Yes, purple. Purple.
All right. You're looking at it. What do you want to do with it?
Purple at the feet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, I don't know, poke the feet.
You start poking all over it. Nothing seems to happen.
Screw this! I push the thing over.
Keep in mind, those are showing like they're spheres, but they're actually just circles in the walls themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all these figures are like holding them in odd positions.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, poking the sphere does nothing.
Correct. You don't die. We're on the 5-minute marker, but we're getting closer to the 10-minute, depending on how quick he gets through the next part.
Riley, were you thinking shun green means like go away from green?
Probably. So green is, yeah, that high
Yeah.
overhead.
Yeah.
And I take it the poking is counted the same as if I had actually tried to push in the purple thing.
Yeah, I'm taking into account. To be fair, I'm almost considering an investigation check, but I'm not calling for a roll of you poking and prodding and pushing and looking.
Whacking it. I'll whack it.
You chip a little bit of it. Nothing happens.
It's not like, is it like the plaster that we encountered before, or is like it's just like solid stone?
I think it is like the plaster you encountered before. So they
Cool.
said it's very
I'll,
similar to the other room.
Keep hacking the purple.
It just keeps deeper and deeper of stone.
I shall press the sphere of indigo.
You tickle it, you poke it, you take something else out and you poke it. Nothing seems to happen.
Darn.
Yo.
So what did you poke so far? You guys have fucked with this.
Purple and violet.
Where's the
Or
violet
indigo,
one?
not violet.
Those
Oh,
are
the one's
different.
gone. It's just these are the only two you fucked with, yeah.
I know it's different because it's part of Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv. Look at this.
Alright. Moving on to the black one.
Yeah.
Okay. Poke. Oh! Your hand goes through it. As if the wall behind it is an illusion.
Cool. I shall... Alright, everybody. Be careful.
Tokens are gonna hate us here. 1 second.
Oh, dear God.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
this is
cool.
not
I can,
aligned
like,
to the grid.
I can move that. Here, let me just navigate this little crawling space. I think it's a
It's like a
crawl
large
space.
intestine.
I think you need to get on your hands and knees to crawl through this. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, it's a crawlway. So, doop, 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 doop,
I'm
doop.
on your 6.
And yeah, don't move your token. It'll be easier for me. Just
I won't. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Scan. Doop, 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 doop.
One-way door.
Doop, doop, doop,
It is like a large intestine.
doop, doop. And that's the last you all ever saw of Cat.
Got pooped out.
Oops. All right, you guys will have 5 minutes from that last room because you got to that one pretty quick. So you're now at 35 minutes.
Core.
Some stuff might get revealed here. It's just going to be messy. So much I can do. I'm not going to worry about. Just assume Vex and Tatiana are pulling up the rear. Rico's just tumbling along. Okay. Do. Hold music. Oh, yeah, you come to a dead end.
Oh. You know what? Just screw it. I imagine it's another illusion anyways.
You tickle it.
Yes.
It is a wall.
I try to bash it.
Nothing happens. You just take a chink into it.
After all of this,
I don't see the point in having something like this at the end of such a long tunnel. Granted, it could be to waste our time, but so far we haven't seen that many fake outs.
Real quick, I would like everyone roll my athletics check to see how fast you can crawl your way through all of this. It's not a high DC, it's a DC 10, and it's just going to be majority success. Ooh, Tingles is a failure. 1, 2. I think Romeo with a -1. All right, that's enough. You guys make it through. This will be 5 minutes to get through the tunnel to this point. You're not at 40 minutes.
right, I guess we'll check for doors along the edges of it, or are we gonna go back? It says it's. What did it say? It's for the knight's good color is for those of great valor.
Roll a perception check, Orkville.
May I assist? Because I would be, at this point, searching for thing as well.
Sure thing.
21.
All right, DC was 20.
Or
There is a secret door that you had to make out in the wall, but now you see it.
ooh, we were making out in that tunnel.
Sorry.
We found it.
Is Gary
Huzzah.
feeling left out?
Well, this actually reminds me a lot of home where I grew up. You see this tunnels? This is kind of how Quaylen found me in my little burrow. This is pretty fine craftsmanship, actually, if you have to ask me.
But I think we probably want to open the door and get out the tunnel.
Let's
Oh
go.
no, Cadmo. You just stay in this tunnel just like you are. Oh, hunched. Okay, yeah, you open the door. Yep, you just push on it. Alright. You see what is obviously some form of temple area. There are scenes of normal life painted on the walls, but the people have rotting flesh, skeletal hands, worms eating them, and so forth. Yet there are also depicted various religious symbols of good alignment. There's a mosaic path leading between 4 rows of wooden pews that face the worship area. In front of the pews, a wooden railing divides the room. South of it is an altar in front of a tiered dais, on which sits a wooden chair. I'll give you a little scan.
Ah, yes. A courtroom. No. However, I did notice something. Who dat?
You're kind of far away. To be fair, with your dark vision, you really can't see much. I gave you the outline room for the benefit of the description.
Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna fly around and see if there's anything I can very quickly pick up. As far as, like, things I see.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm gonna do a quick lap around the room while flying just to see if there's anything super obvious.
There's this chair down here. The chair is nicely carved and padded but seems unremarkable. On either side of the dais are large freestanding large brass candelabras, each holding 5 white candles. In each corner on the southern wall is a large white pottery urn. You know what, let me, I know, like, I'm a reading person, so you can read along or listen along. In each corner on the southern wall is a large white pottery urn stoppered with a brass and wood plug. Sprawled on the floor near the west wall is a human skeleton in black chain mail that is badly rusted and damaged. The skeleton's outstretched arm points to a stone archway set in the wall. The opening is filled with opaque, bright orange vapors. And I'll give you this. Oop.
Ooh. I want to grab the chainmail off the skeleton and throw it into the orange vapors.
Okay. Dum, dum. All right, you throw it in. Goes through the mist. The body doesn't do anything. It's like you remove it, it doesn't come to life or anything like that.
All right, Rico.
Yeah.
You know what to do. I'm just gonna point over to the archway.
And he's
And
in
what do
a
I see?
10-foot room. Nothing special or remarkable about it.
Are there levers on the wall?
No, nothing. Oh, yeah.
You reckon those white urns are somebody's factories? Be a shame if I busted them into little pieces, wouldn't it, Tatiana?
Ooh, she's like, you should definitely take a crack at it. If it is a factory.
Yes,
Actually,
but
one
who knows
detail,
what might be
Cadmiel,
waiting inside.
as you were looking around, you noticed the pews have hinges on them.
At what
All these
point?
benches have hinged seats.
Oh, so we can open up and see under the seat.
Correct.
I will do so.
Is Rico just staying in this little pocket dimension there, boss?
Yes, I'll snap him back.
I would like you to roll a perception check.
Who's that directed at?
You, Romeo. Okay, it was a high DC, but you got it. Rico does seem different. He's like, yeah. Rico's now a girl.
What? Your voice sounded about the same.
I'm trying. It's a little bit airier. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Oh, because it's more down here when it's him normally. But now, it's kind of like this. A little airier.
Interesting. Rika.
Rika, chica.
He kind of looks at you. He kind of has a little evil look in his eye. Or she does, but she doesn't do anything.
Has an evil look in her eye.
Yeah.
Hasn't it changed his alignment?
No, maybe if we throw Tatiana through, she'll finally become good.
Oh, this is what I like. This is actually my most fucked up thing. His eyes have been straightened out. And when he looks at you, that goofiness of him is just gone. Of her is gone. Now you just sense a sense of, if the roles are reversed, all that pain and suffering would be returned tenfold. Ha 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 ha. All right.
Great. Now I can't get the idea out of my head of throwing Tatiana through.
Yeah, but getting her back.
It's her problem.
That's true.
Be
She
his
could come
problem.
back anyway. His
I'm
problem.
pretty sure she understands how to get back.
To be fair, the description of that room should have been the room and then the mist portal behind it still. Like there was an archway mist behind Rika. Does that make sense? So walking through the archway would have put you in a room that was 10 by 10, but then there would have been an archway of mist behind Rika.
Hmm. The mist is still there.
The mist is still there.
Oh, I'm gonna go kicking over urns.
Cadmel, did you find anything in that chair?
Yeah, I've been wanting to check these cues, hinge up the seats and see what's up.
Okay. Camel, roll a perception check for me.
Perception. That's a 13.
Okay.
Is anybody helping me?
Which pew are you opening?
I was going to start with this one and work my way back on the right side and then back up to the back down on the left.
Okay.
So first one is bottom right.
Alright, looks like 1 second. Okay. All right. You open up the bench. You hear the hinges. And when you do that, you all hear as a whole bunch of gas is filling the room. But it's poison gas. But more importantly, when you open up that pew, there's a person inside of it, gagged, as you have found Baron Thamasa.
Oh. Oh, crap. He didn't get the feast.
Yep. So where is this?
And then if I open up this pew, is there another person in there?
Check for trapping on it first.
Well, to be fair, the Baron is bound and gagged, and poison started filling the room. So we're actually freeze framing here as we do initiative. I will give benefit of the doubt here. Well, actually, as it let me see what it says here exactly. Yeah. So, there's a bit of time here. You have 2 rounds to do anything before this room is filled with gas. So now, not a hard initiative because there's not exactly a combatant. I just have 2 rounds to get through. What would you all like to do? As the Baron is unconscious but seems to be breathing.
Well, breathing is going to be an issue in a second for him. So, honestly, I think at this point, our focus should be open all of the pews, see if there's anybody else left, and then get Baron Thamasa to safety.
All right, that'll pretty much be everyone's actions to like open these pews, because they're not just like little simple doors. These are proper big benches that you need to open up.
I feel like Tingles at this point would be doing that.
So I want to find some music that changed the beat. Let's see. I think I had a chase.
All right, I'm gonna try to put the Baron into the bag of holding. I don't have anything in it. Just been holding on to it.
I think he's got 10 minutes of air in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna like real quick check and make sure that there's no extra dimensional crap in there that'll explode, because I know that trick. Like shuffle through his pockets, make sure there's not like a
Second bag of holding.
second bag of holding.
I'm playing battle music, but just to break my own brain of soft and stuff. Okay, so you go over to the Baron, and you're first going to use your action to investigate or do a perception check to make sure he doesn't have a bag of holding on him, and you're going to blast everyone into the planar abyss to the actual sea. Okay, roll a perception or investigation check.
17.
All right, you go through his person. He does not seem to have a bag of holding or any sort of other device that would stick out to you like that, like a haversack.
Well, I will pass off the bag of holding to the next person. Say, put him in there. It'll keep him alive till this cloud dissipates, or we can get him somewhere safe.
All right, that was Orkfo's action. People just
Did
call
you
out.
check his pockets?
Orkfo just literally patted him down.
Yeah.
I guess Cadmail will Cadmail will use his action to scoop Baron Thamasa into the bag of holding.
Okay, you pick him up, slide him into the bag of holding, you squeeze him in. All right.
Yeah, it's not a comfy fit, but
The
it's a
Baron
fit.
has been put into the bag of holding. Was there enough air for 10 minutes in there?
That's what it says,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the bag of holding.
Okay. The most pressing issue is done, but you're now in this room filling up with poison air, and he has 10 minutes in there. You guys are at the 5-minute still marker because you've been moving pretty quick through this space and just kind of slam-bamming your way through it. What would you like to do next?
Shall we open more pews? I mean,
Yeah, I was
Yes,
thinking
of
of
course.
ordering Tatiana and Orvex to open up a pew each.
You guys start opening. No other bodies, no other people inside the pews. To be fair, I think
Okay.
only the first two open up. I think. Wait, no, that's not right, is it? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you open them up. There's a whole bunch of money, though, in this one.
Hell
4,000
yeah.
4,000 gold pieces. It'll take a little bit of time to add that to your pockets. If you start taking loot, you'll be pushing yourselves closer to the 10-minute marker and closer to Baron Edgar Thamasa, losing.
Add a tiny bit of RP to this moment.
100%.
Can Tingles be the one who opened the last one with the money in it?
Yep.
So he opens it up. He sees money, and he goes, "God damn it!" and like slams his hand down on the money, and it's like, "Why isn't she here?" As he's like stomping and screaming, he just keeps shoving money in his pockets. Fucking, where is she? He doesn't take all of it, but he just takes like a few handfuls.
A few handfuls is fine if you're not trying to take all of it.
I'm not trying to take all of it.
All right. Yeah, all the other pews are opened. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Trying to remember what I was saying. Yeah, all the other pews are being opened. Nothing else of interest in the pews.
I don't suppose from like having seen all the phylacteries and the Tomb of Annihilation, like whether these look or feel the same, or are they just urns?
Do you want to spend time to investigate them?
I'll open the one on the right, like hastily, not checking for traps or nothing. I'll just pull the lid off.
There's nothing inside of them.
I'll kick it and break it.
When you do that, though, you notice there's a little interesting mark on the wall right here. Not maybe a couple inches wide, like a little circular hole in the wall.
I'll look in it.
Just like a little hole. A little bit of just goes a little bit farther back. Not very deep.
Does it look like a coin would fit proper?
It does.
Hey, there's a hole.
Cadmel shoves a gold coin in that hole.
Okay. You put it through. You put a little gold coin in there. Let me make sure I'm good. Let's see. Yep. You put a gold coin in there. And then you watch as like a whole block, this huge wedge-like stone just closes and opens up, revealing a passage beyond. There's not an actual passage, so boom. And as that opens up, the poison gas dissipates.
Wahoo!
Let's pop open that bag of holding so we can breathe.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
restart the clock.
yeah. I gently dump Baron Thamasa out of the bag.
Gently dump. Ow! He hits the ground. It's just like, ow.
All of our pieces over here, or
What'd you say, JP?
I was asking, do we need to all move our pieces over here? Or
It's
is
up to you guys. The pressing issue in this room is done. This
Okay.
altar is glowing, if that matters at all to anyone.
Which altar?
Right here.
I'm
Can
gonna
I
break the other.
investigate it?
What'd you say, Tingles?
Can I investigate it?
Sure.
Like,
Roll
I'd like
investigation.
to
roll for investigation.
check on my dad while that's going on.
Fuck that guy. I see nothing.
Okay. One hold, please.
You notice that it's an altar, and it might be glowing.
Investigation, and I'm usually pretty clear at this, so I'm sorry if this feels like a debate to you, does require poking and touching. So, as a blast, as you are kind of investigating it, the blue energy, and from it going north. Wait, let me do something for funsies. Really? Fuck it, I'll do this one, I guess. A lightning bolt goes off, and fortunately you all had kind of moved, and I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here to everyone, away from the pew area because it goes straight up the aisle, but it will hit you, Tingles. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
He's getting shit.
A lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
That's a pretty good save.
It is. Too bad it was at 15th level spell. All right, that's 28
15th.
lightning damage, halved to 14. And the altar's now glowing red.
Don't touch it again. Right.
I'm gonna.
It was blue before.
Yeah, it was blue before.
Yep.
I'm gonna kick over the other urn and break it for good measure.
Shatter it.
Why do I get the feeling that the color the altar glows is the element that it's going to throw out? So next is going to be like a scorching ray or a fireball.
All right.
Yeah.
Romuald, you I did.
Well, I'm not
Romuald
touching it anymore.
did say that he is going to speak to his father. You guys did make it to the 5-minute previously for this, but you guys are lingering in this space. So right now we're at 45, but if you spend more time in here, we'll hit that 5-minute to make it a total of 10 in that space. Just FYI.
Come on, talk to him on the way.
Yeah, we can move along. I just wanted to check if he was alive and unharmed.
To be fair, actually, he's alive but unconscious.
As in, is he unconscious due to being hurt, or is he just asleep?
He is unconscious but not from being hurt, but closer to
Okay.
the sleep condition than bleeding out unconscious.
I slap him and try and bring him back to.
Well, I'll carry him. You can slap him on the way. I'll pick him up and throw him over my shoulder.
I'm slapping him, asking him if he knows where Lady Rallyhorn is.
You slap him as Orpho's got him on his back. You reach up from your little halfling height and whack across the face.
Yep.
He kind of opens his eyes. What is the meaning?
Where?
And right now
Sorry.
he's still bound, unless you guys want to have unbound him. But you guys.
Oh yeah, I take his gag off.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Christian Bale's Batman in the Dark Knight. Where is she?
I love that I found that meme.
I'll be back in a
of
minute.
Batman from 11 years ago. That's how deep that
Right.
freaking. That's how deep that joke goes for me and JP over the years.
Where is
It's a
she?
decade old at this point. Isn't that wild? So you slept and he's like, I don't know. Everyone, you made it. Get me out of here. We need to leave. It's not safe.
Yeah, we're on a time crunch, bud.
Are we
Well-
moving at this point?
Yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
want to be moving tokens and talking, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, it's like the sand's through an hourglass. Like, we got to get through this shit or people die, man.
We're not leaving without Lady Rallyhorn or destroying this fucker Asarak.
You all do not have a chance against all of this. We need to leave while we have the opportunity. I'm assuming you found your way in here, you can find your ways back out.
One-way door, bro.
You can let go of me. Put me down.
Ogre.
Thank you.
Your king is here, father. Are you really going to leave him?
My king is standing right there. Thank you for pointing that out, son. And if he doesn't turn around and leave, we will have no king. The houses will tear themselves apart in a war for the crown. Assuming your sister is strong enough to hold on to it. But do you really want to put them through that?
You're the only one who thinks of such things, father.
Don't I understand that? You all are seriously going to continue through this death trap against this madman? We could turn and walk away. Perhaps appease him with the sacrifices of our friends.
What part of one-way door don't you understand?
Does he
Can't
speak
go back
for
the way we
everyone, Lord Tingles?
The fuck you
We're
looking
running
at
out
me
of
for?
time.
I know you to be a logical man.
Look, once I've committed to something, that's my decision. We're in here. We're gonna find Lady Rallyhorn, and we're gonna destroy this fucker. And if we die as a result, so be it.
We're wasting our time.
You're all fools.
Cadmill, put him back in the bag.
Don't you put me in the bag. I'll follow you for your foolhardy adventure.
You're damn right you will, otherwise you're on your own, fucker.
Watching the ruin of my nation.
Does he need healing? Is he a liability?
Strangely enough, he didn't do much damage to me. I feel very whole. The last thing I remember is the coronation.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, you weren't here for any of that?
No, because Jordan, he takes care of an outside cat and apparently got hurt, so he wanted my help with getting the cat corralled.
Baron Thamasa shortly has pretty much called you all fools for continuing forward and was trying to petition that you all turn around, because if you die, then the nation and the former King Gadway die, then that he's afraid that the nation will tear itself apart through civil war.
You underestimate the leadership of your own daughter.
She's strong. What I do not underestimate is the connivingness of the other houses and the other lords and ladies. We've all seen how much power they can grasp if they're clever and smart enough. He looks at Tingles.
Fuck is that supposed to mean?
That you're a clever and smart man who knows how to play the game. The other lords and ladies are maybe not as depth, but they will sense weakness.
Well, I mean, listen, if we die, you're dying too, so what does any of that matter?
If you could show me the way out.
Yes, show cowardice, allow Lord Tingles' wife and my father to perish. We run to save our own hides.
You're going against a legend. I know you're all very powerful and very capable. But if we all die here today, the whole nation burns. I guarantee it.
We beat him once, we can do it again.
Surely. I've said my piece.
Hey, Romuald, maybe we can throw him through that veil up there and turn your dad into your mom.
Please do not bring up my dead wife and my
I just meant we could
parents.
change it. We could just change your gender, magically somehow. We think. Maybe your alignment too. Who knows?
What humor? Do you always let them speak about your mother this way, Romeo?
I was talking about you. You sourpuss.
Look, guys,
Come
I
on,
think
time.
this is
Time's
great,
running
but
out.
we need to move.
Yeah. The more time we waste, the more risk our families have.
So, Famasa, Edgar, whatever, it's up to you. Follow us, stay here, do whatever the fuck you want. We're leaving.
Fine.
Ping pong.
Above table, JP, you're probably going to be dipping out around 9:45, right?
I can connect to Discord through my phone. I just won't be able to see anything that we're doing. So it's
Okay.
up to you guys if you just want to stop there, or if I can kind of you tell me what I'm looking at and I tell you what I do.
Okay. That probably should be manageable. All right.
Okay.
Orpho, you come up to a door.
Cat, you want to open this one too? You seem to be, more resistant to the types of stuff they're throwing at us.
Sounds good to me. As I open the door.
All right. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hey, I would have been good at that one.
Questione.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a spell or other harmful effect that targets only me?
No.
Oh.
The door opens up, and immediately a pit trap opens up on the other side, and you might be stumbling through.
Oh. Can I hover?
True. You have hover.
Yeah.
So I 100% forgot. And you're hovering.
Cast levitate, by the way. On anyone. Just FYI, through my mandolin.
You cast levitate on who?
I said
Said
I
he
can
could.
if somebody needs it.
can. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I can just lift people up and over the pitfall after I check the other side and make sure it's not just a giant pitfall across the whole room.
Poke. Does not appear to be a trap.
Cool. I'm gonna open the door real quick and make sure that it's safe on the other
Make
side.
another dexterity saving throw. As you open it up, and another pit trap immediately opens up, and like where the doorway is, just like gets people to go through. You do not get inspiration for that. And you just hover, and there's another door.
Alright. I'm gonna real quick bring 4 people over to this room at least
Okay.
through my
So-
flight and then
This-
continue on. I open this door.
You hear Orvex just chatting off the ear of Baron Thamas on the back. All right, dexterity saving throw. As another trap opens up.
Oh, hey, I think I succeeded on that one.
Hey! I think it's mind-boggling that your dexterity saving throw is so low. So I need to make sure I change all my spell effects.
That my dex save is what?
So low.
I mean, I don't
You
use
guys are
dexterity for
gods
basically
at this
anything.
point. And you guys are always rolling above like 10 or like 10 modifiers. Whenever something is that low, like a 2, I'm just like, what went wrong?
I mean, the only saving throw that I have that's above a 10 is strength.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Maybe saving throw is not a good example, but a +2 on anything you guys roll is pretty funny. Okay.
Actually, I have about as many skills that are -1 thanks to my low intelligence as I have that are plus anything greater than 2.
Fair enough.
I will check the landing area from here to here, make sure there's enough space for everybody, and fly them over.
Poke.
Alright. I shall fly to the end of the hallway.
2.
I'm not going to punish you for 5 minutes on that one because that was pretty straightforward. So that hallway did not take you 5 minutes, but you guys are at 45 to my count at the moment, just as a reminder.
Cadmiel is just gonna fly up, basically, like north in
Okay.
this hallway until he meets something interesting. that long of a hallway?
Looks like lots of traps.
Probably. Can I do a back and forth to do a perception check along the hallway to see if there's anything like, I don't know, other than just floor and wall and
Alright.
ceiling?
You'll dedicate a little bit of time. Not saying it's a 10-minute time, but just for the speed things, you'll dedicate time to do a perception up and down this hall.
Yeah.
What are we at now?
You're at 45 minutes. I'm not saying what he's doing is going to turn this into a 10 because he literally just flew down. But it'll start kind of starting the timer for seeing how long you guys spend in this hall. If anything, maybe it'll be cumulative with the hall you just did. So I'd say you guys are at 5 minutes now.
Actually, I'm gonna call down the hallway. Romiel, can you send Rika, I guess, to help me look for traps and such?
Huh.
Haha.
Okay. I'll send her down there. Does she do what I tell her?
Oh yeah, I do. I wish I could.
Oh, God.
Stab them in the eyes. Eat their brains. Eat their... Oh, I
So do I get little scritches?
Pecks you if you try and
so do I
scratch
get-
her.
The little scritches, yes.
If you try to scratch her, she'd fight you.
Oh. Well. Oh well. Do I get the benefit of the help action for this perception check?
Sure.
Woohoo!
Well, I'm going to say no, to be honest with you, because you're mostly going to be get the benefit from Romuel, and he has to, like, look through her eyes down into the hallway. So, unfortunately, Rico won't be an assist on that.
Okay.
Because you'll be
Well,
like, Romuel, do you see anything through Rico's eyes? Eyes. So, I think that's too complicated for a simple help action.
Okay. Well, in that case, I shall just roll perception.
I can hear what he says to Rico, and then I could send him a message.
But exploring a whole room like that,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I would allow it, but you guys would 100% hit the 10-minute marker, like, because that
Well,
is
I got
clunky.
a 22 on that perception
22 going up and down the hallway. You don't notice any sort of traps, but you hear, help me. Hello? Is there anyone
check. Where?
beyond this door? Thick wooden door, heavily bound with iron bands, and there are several locks keeping it shut.
Several locks?
Yep. Cadmiel or Riley, can you give me a good Emen help? I need help. Voice.
Help! I need somebody!
So, Cadmiel, you hear an unfamiliar voice, but you also hear the voice of Lady Rallyhorn.
Is anybody out there? I need help!
Hello? Oh. Please? Hello? And it's very distant.
Cadmail is gonna call down the hall. Pingles! I believe I've found Lady Rallyhorn.
All
I
right.
think the hall is untrapped.
You think it's untrapped?
Yes, be careful,
Alright.
but...
I'm not going to be careful. Sorry for hitting the wall.
How dare you?
Yeah, with Orkfo there, Cadmail is going to try and help to break the...
Are you with
Maybe
us
not
currently,
break the door
JP?
down.
JP, if you're talking, you're muted. I'm assuming Tingle's going to come running too at the sound of his wife.
Oh, wife.
Romuel, what are you doing?
What? I'm following the party.
Everyone's together? All right, you guys are at the locked doors.
Alright. Cadmail is gonna try and break this thing open.
You give your best shot. You whack, you look for any leverage, anything. You have the sword of the Platinum Dragon, and it does nothing to the door, neither to the locks or anything.
How many locks are there?
3.
3. Romiel, does this door seem magical in any way other than just being incredibly difficult to damage?
I'll check the door out.
Roll an Arcana check. This door definitely has been magically reinforced, and with a 23, it is a very, very strong magical reinforcement. There is one way to get through this door, and that's with a disintegrate spell.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Who was
Oddly
that?
specific.
Hello? I think I heard
All right,
someone.
move out of the way.
I think I heard someone.
Wait. I hear voices back there. It's not going to hurt them, is it?
I'm just targeting the door.
You angle it to just hit the floor afterwards. It's okay.
Yeah, I guess you are good at not hitting what you don't want to hit.
Yeah, can't really do that with this type of spell, but let's try. I'm gonna disintegrate the door. 6th level.
Roll damage.
Oh, there it is.
$72 damage. You guys watch as disintegrate goes off, and the door starts to break and crack and burn, and most of it is burnt away. But it looks like it's going to need a second usage.
I'm gonna scream for help from Tatiana.
It's not going to trigger any sort of bad memories for anyone, is it? She casts disintegrate on the door. That's how she killed Quaylen. Alright. And with her remaining effort, because it was 100 HP, the door is burnt and destroyed and turns to ash, dissipating into nothing. You see the hallway continuing out into darkness. But there's a little bit of a hint of a light deeper down in this thick darkness. Somewhere between the state of magical darkness and normal shrouded darkness. Hey! Are you guys out there? I'm with this lady. This is Eamon talking, by the way. Come on. Orkfo!
She's been screaming about that Tingles guy.
What are you doing here?
Is that the badges? Oh, please. Okay.
Sounds like it. So I think we're in good hands.
Yes.
Mostly.
We're bound, and I'm not sure what's going on. It's very dark. Cannot see anything. Is Tingles with you?
I'm right here.
He's here.
Oh, Tingles. Are you hurt? How are you? Everything okay? You haven't lost anything important, have you?
Got over to my car whenever you were talking. Is this Lady
Yeah.
Rallyhorn?
Yeah, it is a Rally Horn.
Okay. Am I able to like go up to her, or am I just hearing?
You can't see her. You are in they got through the door by casting 2 disintegrate spells on it, and
Right. Yeah. Okay.
and the corridor continues into some sort of thick shroud, but you see a little bit of light deeper in, and you hear their voices, and she says that they're tied up in darkness she can't see, so you cannot see her or Eamon yet.
Okay. Yes, lady. What did I name her before? Vivian Raleigh. I think Vivian was her first name.
I don't remember. I'm fine with
think-
Vivian though.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think I
right.
gave her like Vivian, Vivica, or around this. So V-name. We'll go with Vivian. Vivian, it's me. I'm okay. I'm okay. How are you? I've missed you so much. Are you well? Are you hurt?
I feel fine. Just that we have these strange shackles on, and I just woke up in this darkness not very long ago. But
Okay.
otherwise, I'm okay.
Can you see anything?
Just this man. What was your name? Eamon?
Yeah.
Do we know who Eamon is? I feel like I recognize him.
It's been
yeah,
a whole
yeah,
year.
Yeah,
he's-
Tingles, you traveled with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
My memory's-
Eamon out there? It's me. It's Orvex, Eamon.
Orvex,
Yes.
the hell are you doing in a place like this?
We got the gang back together. I was surprised not to see you there.
Well, I wish that it were under better circumstances, but I ain't gonna say no.
Well, yes. We'll get you out, don't you worry. The badgers are here. And, Tatiana's also here. You hear?
Who?
Tingles, who is Tatiana?
Keep in mind, I think Eamon was after Tatiana was killed, because that was while
Oh, you still had your
Yeah,
cleric.
Hephilius. That was during
Yeah,
Hephilius.
but if-
thing.
If Eamon was a part of the same group that Orvex was, then it was with the group that Tatiana was with.
No, I
Oh
think
yeah.
Well, Orvex definitely was with Tatiana, but Eamon, because did you fight Tatiana with Eamon or your old cleric?
No, that was Hephilius he fought Tatiana with. It's just I thought
But I
Eamon
think-
was with
Ye-
Orvex until he got separated.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely knows Orvex.
And since
Yeah, I thought the idea was that Eamon
Came
was
in after the
traveling
fight.
basically in the same group as Tatiana and Orvex and was captured by
Oh,
the
I
wizard
see
folk.
what you're saying. My brain is understanding. Gotcha. Well, Eamon was a part of the group of heroes, right? Tatiana and Orvex were hired or working with the Red Wizards of Thay. Those were 2 different groups. Like Eamon and Torgan knew each other, right? Because Torgan, I
Yeah,
know for
that much
sure,
I
was a
know.
part of the adventuring group. I don't remember if Eamon was a part of that group, to be completely honest with you.
I think Eamon. I know that Eamon was on one of the expeditions to.
I don't think you were with the Thans. I think you were with there's like the something banner, like there was like an
Yeah, the
adventuring
yellow
group that-
banner or something like that.
Yeah,
Orange
Wait.
banner, yellow banner.
yeah. So I don't think you've met Tatiana, to be fair. But you definitely know good old Orvex. Yes. Also, Romeo's father's here, and he's kind of an asshole.
All right, folks, we're running out of time.
Moving on up.
Okay. All right, Cadmiel pushes down the hallway.
I'm going to go ahead and pop my wings out as well to see if I can avoid some of these traps.
All right.
So start a 1 hour mark on that.
All right.
The-
1 hour mark.
So I was able to hear her voice. She's somewhere, like those folks are somewhere nearby, but they're not anywhere we can get to right now, or we think we know what direction they're in.
They're coming down the hallway that you're looking down in the darkness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where the voices
okay.
are coming from. And Orkfa and Cadmail are now flying and are heading down the hallway.
I had
Towards the
cast
darkness.
fly on myself back when I crossed that pit. Am I still within the hour for that?
You are still within the hour for that.
Okay, so I followed them almost somewhat recklessly, maybe.
Okay.
If somebody
I need to keep
persuade me
track
to
of your
not be
fly. And now
I can do that.
fly. All right. Yeah. Tingles, you fly behind them. Romuel, or I'm not going to speak on the NPCs past. I think everyone has been just kind of standing in the back. Romuel, you're just going to chill. If you're speaking, Justin, I can't hear you.
I mute myself again. No, I'll follow the party. I'm gonna have to do it on foot.
Okay. All right. So you move out. You guys move down the corridor.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. I'll cast fly on myself.
Okay.
I feel like I might as well. Everybody else has it.
We're just like careening through the halls.
Sorry, I am, like, for the first time ever, really having to keep track of everything. So I'm going to get flies up. And now I got Orkfo fly, I got Tingles fly. And now, Romuel fly. All right. So the four of you go out to the darkness. All right. Hold music. All right. Bum, 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 bum. All right. You guys are out there and you hear them like, in the darkness, bound up, and that's in the back. You guys hear, "What are you? Hey, no, ow! What are you?" And you hear Tatiana go, "What are you doing? Ow! Fuck you!" And you hear Orvex kind of shout out. You guys are in the darkness. You can't see what happens, but you then hear something go and begin moving. We're gonna
Tatiana,
roll.
do you have any way to light the area?
Romuel, your father's doing something very foolish. Do I have permission to kill him?
Just knock him out.
As you turn back, you see the Baron has knocked Orvex prone out into the hallway, and the hallway has now started to slope downward. We're going to hit an initiative mark here to keep track of everything. Feel like this won't be as complicated as it seems, so I think JP will be fine without having to roll initiative and like make choices, quote unquote. I think you'll be okay. Maybe one different if you all didn't have fly on, but I think this should be relatively straightforward. So don't feel like you need to be in this initiative roll, but I do need initiative from everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking I could just roll initiative from Tingles' character sheet.
I'm just gonna pilot him but again, I him being a full spellcaster, I don't think the situation's going to call for that much complexity. I think between the rest of you should, and like Tatiana, you should be able to take care of everything that's about to happen.
All right, I got an 8.
All right. Let's see.
The screen on the stream is kind of not keeping up with where we are.
Thank you. All right, I wrote. All right, and Orvex actions. MS. Oh, Orvex rolls very well. All right, give me a minute. I need to read up on how wild this little trap is. Yeah, because as this floor trap is triggered by the Baron pushing Orvex out onto it, the floor begins to slope down and the darkness dissipates. There is no sign of Eamon. There is no sign of Lady Rallyhorn. Instead, the little bit of light that was down there shows to be a tunnel or a pit of lava that the floor is sloping down to now, and Orvex is on that slope.
Oh.
All right, I now need to see. I think it's like an initiative.
Can we see Lady Rallyhorn or Eamon
There's
anywhere?
no sign of Eamon or Rallyhorn anywhere.
Okay, so the floor is tilted down. There's a lava pit.
And Orvex
Orvex
onto it.
is
He's
right down. Okay. And so one of us should probably save Orvex.
Well, it is Orvex's turn, so before you get too far
Oh,
into
Orvex.
that,
I'm sorry. You're right. We've rolled initiative.
yeah. So, let me just read it one more time. All right, he's going to stand up and do an athletics check. Stand up next to me. He needs to get, it's not very high DC. What is this? A 10 athletics check, but he's a mage. -1. Here we go. 14. And Orvex steps up like this. He's just like, what are you? This is madness. Baron. Orkvo.
And says, "This is Spartan."
So I got fly up, and I'm gonna head towards Baron Thamasa, and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's like is he like forcing Orvex? Like
He seems to
he's
be
like attacking
hostile.
Orvex, or he's
He
hostile?
seems to be hostile. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna try to knock him unconscious.
Okay.
I don't suppose I can do that with Thorn Cleaver.
No, you can. It's a melee weapon.
I can. Okay.
A very dangerous melee weapon, but yes.
Yeah. All right. 22 to hit. I'll attack reckless, I guess. 22 to hit.
Rolled out. 22 hits.
And I'll roll damage, but I don't want to kill. I will withhold the fire damage.
You're
18
rolling your
slashing.
rage one.
Oh, whoops. So -4. 14 slashing.
14 slashing.
I need to be raging though, because it doesn't go away.
Oh, that's true. Forgot you're that. I'm just moving his token to get the subtraction. Okay. 14 damage on the first hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't forget my new melee rules. If you roll a 6 on one of those, you either roll a negative. Hey, okay, now we get to really get into the melee rules. All right.
Cool. And I accidentally hit the rage one again, so I'm gonna take off 4 of that as well.
Okay, you hit a 6 on that, so you can roll another 6.
Thank you for your guidance, because my brain no worky.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, if that
Put
was a
back to
6 and
4.
again on a crit, you would have rolled another 6. Yes, you get back to that
Nice.
4. Yeah, so 28 damage. Okay. A is blood.
Are the rest of us just flying around right now in the air, or is there something we can stand on, or is it lava below us?
You guys are in a corridor that's like, imagine like a little bridge seesaw, like the corridor itself is a seesaw, and the seesaw is dipping down into the lava.
Right.
No one's on that anymore, but that's pretty much it. The hallway, the lava at the end of the hallway, and you guys are flying above it.
Okay.
So
what I'm
brutal
Sorry, go ahead.
critical. What do I is
Oh yeah, you
Did
roll
that-
another 2d6.
do that for me?
right?
2d6? Yeah.
Oh, let's see if you get a 6 on one of these. Well, no, that would have counted for the first roll. So the 6 already
Cool.
triggered.
6 more.
All right. I'll let you know, JP. The situation's not that complex, and it'll probably be resolved pretty quickly. Did you have a question?
No, I was just thinking in character, right?
Mhm.
Tingles would see the death of Baron Damasa as a potential to seize more influence.
Ooh, that's different. All right, I'm gonna roll initiative for you.
So
Yeah, that's different. I love it. All right, you do roll a 16, so you'll be contested against Romuel, and since you have a little bit of nefarious here, Romuel scores a 14 versus a 14, so it's a tie. Romuel, roll a d20 for me. We'll just do a rollsies off for this. I roll a 7 on behalf of Tingles. And Romuel rolls an 8, so Romuel will go just before. Alright. Okay. Romuel, I will go ahead and give you first even before Tatiana. Oops. I think.
Oh, what? He's just like flailing out the ground now. Porkfo, did you hit him?
He's
Crit?
not. No, the Baron's still up.
Oh yeah.
I did crit him.
He's very bloodied, but he is up.
He's still hostile.
He appears to still be hostile.
Well, anything I do to like knock him out is
Yeah,
gonna
only
take away
melee.
fly.
Or obviously, you have spelled, but anything has to be.
Is the door open? The disintegrated door?
Yeah,
It's gone?
It's gone. Yeah. Yep. It's just the if you're thinking about the vision, it's just because of like light walls are probably still there.
I can make it. So I can make it to him, and I guess I'll try to grapple him.
All right. So you're gonna try and grapple. Oops. Sorry, Orvix and him got mixed up. Okay. All right. Roll an athletics check. Ooh, nice roll. 9. You have grappled him.
All right, that's my turn.
Tingles, you're up. Thamasa is literally right next to where the floors. Actually, anyways, I might have messed it up. I think the whole floor beyond the door was supposed to be falling, but I've already established where you four are is not sliding, so I'm going to stick to it. But the Thamas is being grappled by Romuel, but is literally 5 feet away from the sliding, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet from lava death. But he's also looks very hurt.
Okay. I was thinking of doing like telekinesis and like pushing him. But if Romuel's grappled to him, that would also move him, right?
Correct. Though Romuel has the choice of just dropping grapple at any point.
Yeah, but that would. God damn it. Romuel, did you make that decision because you know that I wanted to kill him? Damn it.
No, I mean, like I said, any spell I cast to try and hold him in place is going to drop my fly. So
yeah, I think that's a legitimate
I
call. I think that's a legitimate play by Romuel for sure.
Yeah.
and I can't cast like Firebolt or something because I don't think you can do non-lethal.
You can't exactly.
Also,
I think grapple
if I did
was a clever choice.
mockery,
Any spell
and
damage
he
will kill him if he goes to 0.
right, but he's only bloodied. He's like just bloodied.
He's very hurt, more than bloodied.
If I do vicious mockery, does that also hit Justin, or is that just him?
Nope, just one target.
And then if I succeed, he has to play, right? Like towards the lava.
If you cast vicious mockery on him, like, what is that? A little bit of damage?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a spell that I can cast after it hit Romuel, but it's gonna hit.
That will hit Romuel.
That will not hit Romuel.
Pretty much any spell that's not AoE will not hit Romuel. Because most spells are single target, unless otherwise. Grapple doesn't affect that.
I mean, I can do magic missile.
Yeah, if you want to magic missile his dad, just again, FYI, he's very low, and he'll knock him out if you roll high, or if you get him to 0.
Yeah. No, I know.
All right, so do you want to 3 magic missiles at him? It's kind of like a low ball at it, like a level 1 magic missile, or do you want to upcast it?
I'm trying to think of what's going to cause the least amount of attention to him. Like he's just trying to send him off, but he knows that doing this, if he does it well, it would kill him.
Throw something at him.
I don't have great athletics.
Pretty much any spell you target at him is going to be the same, right? Like, oh, you targeted my dad with damage, so there'll be a question no matter what you do with that. So
yeah,
it's really
so maybe okay.
I mean, no matter.
So I'm gonna do, I guess, vicious mockery, and my thought was that he would just kind of back away from the group, but I know that he's walking towards the line, and it's doing some damage.
All right, he's going to do a wisdom saving throw. He rolls poorly, so he fails. I'm rolling D4 psychic damage. So you do 1 psychic damage to him. He does not die. And he has disadvantage. Wait a second. And he'll have disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Does he have to walk away, though? Or is that Dissonant Whispers? Am I thinking of Dissonant Whispers?
You want Dissonant Whispers.
God damn it, that's the...
No, that's your intent. So the weird thing here is that Dissonant Whispers, he will use his movement to move. He can't move because Romuel's grappling him. Romuel's making his movement 0, so he'll use his reaction to moonwalk in place.
Okay. Is Dissonant Whispers a wisdom saving throw, or is that I'm sorry. I'm playing dialogue here, and
No, you're good.
it's not fair to you guys.
It is a wisdom saving throw. So you just want to do that and learn that he can't move.
Yeah, but that does potentially more damage than vicious mockery, right?
Yeah, 3d6 versus 1d4.
Okay, yeah. So let's do that.
Okay. So 3d6 damage. Okay. All right. So what happens here is that Tingles, you see him, you cast your spell, and Thamasa in your arms, or as you're like grappling with one of your free hand, Romuel, he kind of screams, and his head, like blood starts coming out of his nostrils, but then you watch his form begin to change in your hands, Romuel, and he turns into a doppelganger and falls to the ground.
God damn it.
We're out of initiative.
So
You son of a bitch.
I had a feeling it wasn't the Baron.
My suspicions were true.
I was waiting for that. I was like, he's gonna lie. If he kills him, it's gonna be beautiful.
Fun.
Tingles, how did you know?
Yeah, I know these things, man. Felt a little tickle in the bum. Said it wasn't him.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. That's not your actual father. You're such a nice young man, Romulo. I could not imagine a man being such an asshole.
No, that was an accurate depiction. This guy was really good.
Oh. Well, that's uncomfortable.
I don't know, I don't think he was trying hard enough.
All right, so the ground slopes down here, and there's lava at the bottom.
That big circle at the top is the lava pool.
Oh, okay, I see.
There is no Lady Rallyhorn. There is no Eamon. Only a lava.
There
death
is no
waiting-
Tooth Fairy.
Waiting.
Can Cadmail fly around in this area with the lava to see if there's like an opening up or below the stairs? Or,
The
well, not
wax
stairs, the
in
ramp.
your wings begin to melt, and you fall into the lava and you die. You fly around down there. There's really nothing of interest. There's no tunnel going up. There's nothing in the lava. It was just a lava trap that if you fell into was instant death.
Fun.
And you guys are getting the impression that Acerak has created some very convincing, whether illusions or manipulations, of your loved ones.
I wouldn't be surprised if he were actually having it be so that the walls we can hear from other rooms where they actually are trapped.
Interesting, he was trying to get us to leave, though. That means he's scared.
Yes, from what I could tell of Acerak with how far we've gone thus far, one would think he relishes the opportunity to test his dungeon craft.
Well, he might have just been in character. Abandoning other people to save himself is something my father would do.
Alright.
Guess we better look for a way forward.
I'm going to guess at the back end of the hall where it makes that 90-degree turn, that wall is probably a fake, just like we've seen several times.
Stop being a
Seriously, not
cheat,
doing that on
Jeff.
purpose. I'm
Oh my
not.
gosh, you're such a cheater.
I use a trackpad and it's not great for this. I might get the mouse out.
Right. You really are fine.
You could, if you really wanted to, click on your token and just use the arrow keys.
Ah, that works.
For some of these halls, though, that is a lot of click, 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 click. All right, what are we doing, Cadman?
And you can hold. I am going to investigate this wall here and see if there is a secret door
All right,
at
no
this
checks
corner.
involved. You find nothing of interest.
Oh, there.
No secret doors there.
There was the bit about the 2 pits along the way. This is 3 pits once again.
Yes, what if it's... you know what? Cadmail is going to check the pits. See if
Alright.
there's any obvious exit through them.
And you find a secret door in this pit.
I think I found the way through.
It's at the bottom. You see a painted door, and it's what it is a wooden door painted like stone.
I kick it down.
There's a little crawl space. Shoop. And you crawl through. You pop up here.
More crawling.
Okay.
I'll fly ahead this time.
You're clicking on Romeo. It looks like
I'm clicking on Romeo. Why can't I move Romeo?
I was like, I've never heard Justin make a sound like that. Zoop. I have you guys be able to. It helps with the shared vision if you guys all have access to everyone's
Gotcha.
token. That's why it's like that. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Hold music. Hold music. Everyone talking about the music.
I'm gonna pop a rage out of like before anybody comes up behind me. I'm gonna pop a rage and hopefully nothing bad happens.
All right. You go through this space, and it's filled with gas. Very scary gas. That you need to do a concentration saving throw or become frightened. So don't make saves because you're immune to being frightened.
Hell
Yes.
And you see a door through the gas to the south.
yeah. I'll open this one, buddy.
Alright.
All right. And beyond, you see a stairwell going down, but it's thick with webbing. I'm just poking you through, but it's on all of the stairs. Here, I'll do Rika. I'll do Rika for this. Oh, yeah, Rika's shared vision's not on. Oh, yeah. You get an idea, though, because of the fog of war.
See where it says mace, too. In case you weren't supposed to show us that.
No, to be fair, maybe not right off the top, but if you down at the bottom, there's a mace on the ground.
Gotcha.
Cool. Is the webbing flammable?
You can certainly find out.
Yeah, I'll just light a torch and throw it into the webs.
All right. You light a torch, and it's enough to destroy 5 by 5 of it. And that will use up the torch. It is very thick. This is the thickest webbing you've ever seen.
All right, so that uses up one of my 10 torches. What will I do with another 9?
Why you got so many torches, bro?
Because you start with a
Yeah.
kit of torches.
I mean,
I do
relative to
have
how many torches you
dancing
actually
lights.
have, Cadmail. What'd you say, Tingles?
I have dancing lights, right? That can
They're not using it for
act the
light, they're
same.
burning webs.
Right, but would dancing light be able to do the same or not?
No, it doesn't
Nah,
do
it's
fire
cool.
damage. Yeah.
Granted, if you have Firebolt,
Yeah, you need
or
something
like
that does
Romeo
fire
did.
damage. Do you want to spend all your torches on this webbing?
Sure. I mean, it's literally the only use we've had for torches in forever.
Oh, Ramiel can blast it with Firebolt, right? Cantrip.
Okay, I can't move it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable watching it use the torches. If you'd like to do that.
I just light a torch, throw it in, grab another torch and light it off the burning web of the last torch. Wait for it to go. Grab another. Alright, get that going. And I burn 8 torches for 8 squares of webbing.
Okay. That's on the map layer. I'm having a hard time selecting all of it, but you burn it all away. That webbing, if you got attached to it, the only way to get free is by burning it. So for like burning the person in it. And it's like either you burn it off of the person or a wish spell.
Not
That
even
web.
universal solvent.
Yeah, so if you had tried to cut it with a sword, even a magic sword, you would have got it entangled into it. So you pulling the torch out right away saved a little bit of complexity there.
Yeah.
All right, JP says he'll be done here in about 5 minutes.
I think this either is or is approaching a good stopping spot.
No, I agree with that. Also, just for everyone's mental state of Tomb of Horrors and thinking clearly. I know how we all get in the last 30 minutes. All right, but it's cleared out. Do you want to go in there and see what's going on?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep, there is a mace on the ground.
Careful you don't get sprayed.
I will fly over it.
Lying on the floor at the bottom of the stairs is an iron mace inlaid with silver. South of this location is a modest-sized room. What you can see of it is filled with rotting and decayed furnishings. And on the south end, there is a golden couch, and upon it is a skeletal figure who sees you all and goes, "You've all done very well, Badgers. Did you enjoy your father, Romeo?"
Yes.
And to be fair, Orkfo and Romeo, you recognize a Serac sitting on this couch. Do not fret. Your father is fine for now. Time is ticking.
I'd bust you into smithereens, but something tells me it wouldn't count for anything. You're not really here.
Yeah, perhaps not. Perhaps I am. Let us roll initiative. And maybe we'll end on that as Serac rises from the couch and seems very real.
Oh.
Mini boss encounter.
Dawn of the final day. Yep. You still here, JP?
All right.
You unmuted, but then I
Guess
can't
not.
hear you. Yep. Oh, there. Yep, perfect timing. We are ending with a Serac rolling initiative. in this little room on his little golden couch.
Oh, shit.
So
Oh, we
that's
got
what
2 weeks.
Yep, and that's what we'll pick up in 2 weeks.
Wahoo!
Awesome. All right.
GG's.
Yeah.
Good time, Badgers.
Yep. GG's, boys. See you all in
See ya,
2 weeks,
suckers.
Fun, fun.
Have fun, JT.
Fare
I hope
thee
you pull a
well.
muscle. Bye.
Hey,
All right,
Later.
guys. Everyone have a good night. Happy
You do the
holidays.
same. Happy holidays.